This video is a big overview of the material that you'll see in Chapter 2. Well, I say Chapter 2, it's mostly Chapter 2. There is a little bit in Chapter 1E. So first of all, whenever you get into the course, your screen may look similar to mine when you're in My Math Lab. And you probably see a calendar. You can change the weeks. You can see some announcements. You see a browser check link here. I highly recommend you do that before you get started. And then you have these assignments, and they are due in just a few days. So on June the 3rd is when they're due. And the first one is on section 1E. Well, ideally, I really don't want you to just go into the assignment unless you feel very comfortable, and you can certainly start there if you like, but I don't want you to try to figure it out all on your own. There's a lot of resources right here that will help guide you, and certainly you can always reach out to me as well. And one of those big resources is the e-text. So if you'll click on that tab and then click on the link that it contains, it should pop out into a new window, the e-text for our course. And sometimes it does take a little while to load like this, and occasionally it may give you an error message. Just exit and then try it again. Okay, so I did that kind of quickly there. I clicked on the menu tab up here at the top, and then I click on this expand of chapter 1, and then that'll allow you to look at the material in section 1E. There are not a lot of problems pertaining to 1E. It's kind of mostly critical thinking skills, and that involves a lot of reading skills. And there are some guidelines that are in this section, but it's just a good general overview of what it means to have critical thinking in a math class. So this is where the section starts, and you can see you can scroll down. You can also change some of the viewing display settings here. If you come up here to the top, you can look at 2 pages at one time. You can zoom or zoom in or out, fit to width, fit to page, whatever you choose. Here, I'm going to choose fit to page just so I can see a little bit more on the screen at one time. Now, you notice where there are these icons, looks like an internet symbol, right? Those usually are to either videos or additional practice problems. This very first video is an excellent video. It does a really good job of explaining an overview of this section. Actually, you may be able just to watch this video and get enough information from it in order to complete the assignment. Now, I do want to show you that down here at the bottom of the screen, it might be a little hard to see because I know I'm right at the edge of my screen recorder. There is some other options here for volume, for speed, for closed caption, if you want to turn that on, and some other settings as well about how the caption may appear. And you can see you can turn on the closed caption like that if you need that. I'm going to exit out of that. But I really believe that may be a good video to watch. That's a very good overview of this section. And kind of get directly to the point. But if you want to see additional videos or additional examples similar to the examples that are in the e-text, certainly you can click on those links. The videos do a good job of explaining each example. Okay, you can see here there's additional examples. For every example, there's some type of link to a video. Okay, so please consider looking at those to help you along. Now, if I were to go back to the course home, and let me switch to student home, okay, and I look at the other assignments coming up, 2A, 2B, and 2C, that would tell me I need to come back to the e-text, go to the menu, and let's look now in Chapter 2. And you can see there's these 3 sections, 2A, B, and C. And you can click on those. You can get directly to that content. Again, usually this very first video is the best video to get a quick overview of the entire section. I definitely recommend you watch those videos. 2, maybe 3 minutes tops long are those videos. So very well worth your time. In this particular section, you're going to be looking at understanding, solving, and explaining problems. There's some information here and some examples on units and unit analysis, on how to work with conversion factors and with currency. And again, if you just scroll through here, you'll see additional examples, problem solving steps in that particular case, but you'll see other types of examples, things worked out, things to try. Some definitions were highlighted there. There's an overview of fractions. Okay, and another example with a video, with the video here, using keyword. Okay, so again, look at those things as you go through this problem-solving process with these examples. In section 2B, you are extending the unit analysis here. Notice it actually starts here at the bottom of the page. Again, watch that video for a little quick overview of the section itself. This one, you're going to get into a little bit more depth with converting units, all types of units, maybe even some units you're not familiar with or only know a little bit about. Here on page 89 is a good summary of a lot of these units that we use, or maybe you've heard of, or they're going to be referenced in some of your practice problems and in your assignment as well. So you may want to write down that page number or even print out, like take a screenshot of this and print it if you have the e-text. And again, you'll see some more examples along with videos as well that'll help walk you through how do you do this unit analysis with these maybe not as common units. All right, and then I'm going to come back to section 2C. This is the last section in this chapter on problem-solving hints. Again, watch that video. This one I feel like is similar to section 1E. So a little bit, it may seem a little similar, but that's not a bad thing. Okay, it's actually trying to help wrap it back around to that critical thinking piece. But again, you see the hint, you see an example, you see the video explanation of the example. So if you're like me and you'd rather somebody talk it out to you, definitely watch those videos before you come back to the assignment. Now, when I do come back to the assignment, one quick way to get there is to come directly to assignments on the tab in My Math Lab, and you'll see the assignments listed. You'll see the due dates. If you've started them or what the score is, you'll see that over here as well. If you are in Math 043, the co-requisite course, at the same time, you're going to enter that course. And in addition to those assignments you just saw, you will have more assignments. Actually, they're not showing up right here at this moment because technically they don't open up till midnight. But let's see, you'll have 3 more assignments here. It's 2A, B, and 2A, 2B, 2C homework that are open from the first day of the class to June the 3rd. Okay, again, these assignments should be to support your work in the 143 class. Students that work through these assignments in 043 have a lot of success with 143 as well. Okay, so again, if you have any questions as you're working through these assignments, please reach out. I recommend that you use Ask My Instructor when you're actually within the assignment. If you have watched already the overview of My Math Lab, then you got that information there. But if you need some help with some technical questions or anything like that, please let me know. My Math Lab is an excellent resource. Sometimes I may not know the answer, but My Math Lab, or Pearson rather, will have an answer. I've reached out to them a lot, and they've helped me out, and I know they'll help out students too.